This week on a brand new marketplace. Non-toxic, biodegradable, natural. We reveal the spin on green products.
This particular product gets my blood boiling.
A top 10 countdown of lousy labels in your home.
So for companies they think consumers aren't looking too deeply, we can bamboozle them.
What company's the worst?
It claims to help wildlife, but it has an ingredient in it that is toxic to wildlife?
You got it.
We're taking a tour of big box stores, looking for products for your home with big environmental claims we want to test.
Okay, look. New and improved.
Now biodegradable.
Let's toss it in.
It's hard to miss the green messages.
Check this green bottle out.
Non-toxic.
But is it the real deal or greenwashing? Marketing that makes us think a product's better for the environment, safe to use. The green spin doesn't fool Adria Vassal. This self-described ecoholic has filled books warning us about all kinds of greenwashing.
There's so much greenwash on shelves today. It's just overwhelming. It's like a tsunami of greenwash, really.
In Vancouver,
Very good.
Angela Van Tyne got interested in making green choices after her son Aiden was born. But she doesn't always find it easy.
There's so many things out there that say that they're green and organic, so it really is difficult to navigate through all that.
Sorting through greenwashing isn't child's play because, sure enough, we find suspects for just about every room of the house. Our basket's loaded with green labels.
In they go.
It's time to survey our stash. Starting with number 10 on our list, Raid Earth Blends Multi-Bug Killer. You got it, even bug sprays have green marketing. The label says the insecticide comes from the chrysanthemum flower. Sounds almost wholesome.
Yeah, but lots of things in nature are actually dangerous and toxic. Not all natural things are good for you, and this is a perfect example.
Turns out the chemical that comes from the chrysanthemum flower has risks. Just check out the long list of precautions. Cover fish bowls, food, utensils, remove pets, keep away from skin and clothes.
That's an awfully long warning
For a green product.
That's right. They even say here, do not inhale, but it's a mist. It's a mist. How do you not inhale a mist?
Take a great ring.
Yeah.
The label claims you can use it on bed bugs, but get this, in many parts of Canada you can't use it outside on your lawn because of pesticide bans.
That's right. Banned from your backyard, but okay for your bed?
We call SC Johnson.
Hi, I'm calling about your Raid Earth Blends. How is this a green product?
They tell us SC Johnson is committed to using sustainable ingredients in our products, and our products are safe and effective when used as directed.
Well, clearly, this product bugs you. Let's give it a lousy label.
Back at Angela's house, she's invited over some friends who care about buying green too. And they trust what they see on the label.
You're trying to, look at all these products very quickly and get some sort of idea in terms of what's going to be safe.
So we show them number 9 on our lousy labels list, Sunlight Green Clean Laundry Soap.
Does anybody buy this?
I have thought that.
The label says it includes plant-based cleaning ingredients. The word includes sets off warning bells for our expert.
They use some plant-based ingredients, but not all.
These days, most laundry soaps are actually synthetic detergents made from petroleum-based ingredients, not plants. So we send this one off for testing to see just how green that clean is. Because
Petrochemicals come with a major environmental footprint from extraction, refining, processing, all the way to its end use in the environment. So yeah, most green products would want to be petrochemical free.
we get our test results back and what do we find? Turns out, once you take out the water, 38% of what's left? Petrochemicals.
Would you get that looking at this bottle, that it actually has 38% petrochemicals?
I would not have bought it if I knew that it had 38% petrochemicals.
Keyword is includes plant-based cleaning ingredients.
I think what they're going for is that you read the plant-based part and forget about the other parts.
Yeah.
We call sun products.
Pick up a green that really cleans.
They tell us, with more than 60% plant-derived content, we have made significant positive strides to reduce the environmental impact of our product. But we say,
So this is a laundry detergent that truly is greenwashing.
Yes, but bump.
from greenwashing in the laundry room to the bedroom, for number 8 on our Lousy Labels countdown. The Obusform Ecologic Contoured Pillow. Most memory foam is made out of polyurethane, a synthetic material that can give off nasty chemicals that can irritate your lungs, pollute the air. But this label says this pillow contains natural ingredients, including castor oil.
Well, you know, if they were using a lot of castor oil instead of petroleum-based polyurethane, then that would be an ecological leg up. Except that nowhere on this box do they actually say anything about how much castor oil is in this product.
So, we call them up and ask how much of the petroleum-based polyurethane has been replaced by castor oil. And guess how much? Just 8%.
You know what? That's just not good enough.
We call Homedics the company that makes Obusform.
I'm calling about your Ecologic oversized contoured pillow.
They tell us the Ecologic Contoured Pillow is produced using processes that reduce the use of chemicals that are harmful to the environment. But we say,
Time to put these green claims to bed.
Let's.
Give it a lousy label.
let's check out number 7 on our Lousy Labels list. Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner. Sure looks green, says non-toxic, but not so fast, according to our eco-expert.
The interesting thing about this product is that while they claim to be non-toxic, Environment Canada actually considers their ingredient to be an official toxic health hazard.
That ingredient of concern? 2-butoxyethanol, a chemical that can damage red blood cells.
But it says it's non-toxic right on the front.
Well, because no one's actually policing this term, they can do whatever they want with that label.
Hard to believe, but non-toxic doesn't necessarily mean there's no toxic ingredient. And try to find it listed on the back? Good luck. Companies don't have to have an ingredient list on cleaning products.
No one is forcing them to list their ingredients and to come clean about what's actually in the products that we spray all over our homes.
So, we call Simple Green.
I'm wondering why you're calling it non-toxic when it has an ingredient Environment Canada says is toxic.
They tell us, we have had independent laboratories conduct a host of testing on our product as a whole to confirm that the complete formula is non-toxic. But we say,
So Simple Green?
Simply greenwash.
Simply lousy.
find out who makes the list for refusing to reveal their ingredients.
In other words, what they're saying is we don't have to tell you what's in here unless you get a letter from your doctor.
When we come back. We're doing some sleuthing.
Non-toxic.
Taking a closer look at products for your home that claim they're good for the environment, safer to use. It's a top 10 Lousy Labels countdown. Next room, the bathroom. That's where we spot number 6 on our list, the Eco Collection Bath Mitt. Made from bamboo, which our eco-expert Adria Vassal says is not as green as it sounds.
You know, the thing with bamboo is that it's sort of like the baloney of the fabric world.
Why?
It is technically from natural materials. You know, bamboo can be grown quite sustainably if done right, but it takes a heck of a lot of funky chemical processing to take a bamboo stalk and turn it into something soft like this.
We call Upper Canada Soap Company, and they tell us our packaging includes necessary product information for our customers to make an informed decision. But we say, it's time to wash those green claims down the drain. To get the goods on green, we visit a Vancouver marketing insider.
Hey, Mark, I'm Erica.
Mark Stoiber's helped companies with their spin for more than 20 years, but now he's helping them go green.
Why are companies doing this, trying to get away with claims, hoping people won't realize that they're not actually as green as they seem?
Companies believe that there's a shortcut. They're not evolving as quickly as consumers, so they still believe consumers can be duped.
Check out number 5 on our list, Vim Power Pro Naturals Bathroom Cleaner.
It says 98% natural. What does that mean?
Well, pretty much next to nothing, because the word natural is totally unregulated. And I would bet money on the fact that this product does not come straight from nature.
It is a betting game because, remember, companies don't have to list their ingredients on cleaning products. So we call up the company, Unilever.
I'm just wondering, what are the ingredients that make it natural?
Unilever does not disclose specified ingredients information. However, if it's a medical necessity for this information, Unilever would be more than happy to work with your physician.
Oh, wow.
We run that by our green shoppers.
In other words, what they're saying is we don't have to tell you what's in here unless you
you
get a
get
letter from your
sick.
doctor.
If I make the choice to buy it, I have the right to know what's in it.
We think so too, so we send off Vim for testing to see how much of it actually comes from nature. Meantime, marketing insider Mark Stoiber says it doesn't work anymore when companies keep secrets from customers.
I believe it's old school thinking. Transparency is the new status quo. So hiding things and making false claims is going to blow up 10 times faster in their face than it used to.
The test results are in. Like most cleaning products, it's mostly water, but the rest, 1/4 petroleum-based chemicals. Unilever tells us, our naturally derived claim is based on all of the ingredients in the product, including water. So the water bumps it up to 98% natural? We say, that's a lousy label. And greenwashing isn't just inside your house, it's outside too, where we find number 4 on our list, Organic Melt Ice Remover. The label's full of claims, 100% natural ingredients, environmentally safe, an agricultural-based product with sugar beets.
What's the problem with conventional ice melts?
Well, basically your regular ice melt is just plain old rock salt. And, it's good at melting ice, but it's actually quite damaging to aquatic life downstream.
This ingredient list shows sugar beets first, then NaCl or salt. But when we check, the company tells us the amount of sugar beets in here, only 3%. The rest, that plain old rock salt.
I have a heavy heart when we dig into this information because I've actually used this product in the past.
You were duped into thinking this was mostly beets?
I knew that there was salt in there, but it's supposed to be cut with sugar beets. And so when you look at the beets in here, it actually puts beet in first place.
Turns out the main ingredient doesn't have to be first on the list.
If it's only 3%, it really should be in the reverse order on the ingredient list. And they are definitely stretching the truth.
The company, Eco Solutions, tells us that using sugar beets makes it work better, so you need less of it. And there's less overall salt going into the environment. Might be true, but still misleading. And
a lousy label, sadly.
So where do we find the top 3? On our lousy labels hit list, in the kitchen, starting with Tefal's Natura frying pan. Our expert gives it a nod for using 100% recycled aluminum.
Better than using, 100% virgin aluminum, absolutely.
But the kudos stop there. The label says no PFOA, a synthetic chemical used to make non-stick coatings. There's huge concern around PFOA. It likely causes cancer, and it's so widespread in the environment, most of us have it in our bloodstreams. Here's the thing, there's never been PFOA on Tefal frying pans, but they've always used it at the factory to manufacture the slippery coating.
You know, when I first saw this pan, I thought, oh, have they developed a new kind of nonstick coating that is now PFOA free in the manufacturing process?
But when we call the company to ask if they still use PFOA to make the pans,
That's exactly right.
they tell us, yes, they do. In other words, nothing's changed.
And so if you go to this pan and think, oh wow, new coating on the market, this is a great new alternative, you're wrong.
The company tells us independent analysis has confirmed that no PFOA is present in any of Tefal's non-stick cookware products. But we say, not on the pan, but still in the factory. That's a lousy label.
Do you think it deserves a lousy label?
Sadly, yes.
So, what products top our lousy labels list? We pay a visit to the makers of number 1 when we come back. We're counting down lousy labels on supposedly green products for your home. We've gone shopping, done the testing, and we're about to reveal the worst offender. But first, number 2 on our top 10 hit list. J-cloths. They've been around for a long time, but now the makers say they're biodegradable, with an official-looking seal to back that up. Angela figures that means it's okay to throw in her green bin for composting.
It is important because you can actually compost it and it doesn't go on the landfill for years.
That's what the consumer hotline tells us, too.
Hi, I'm calling about your J-cloths.
Okay.
It says they're now biodegradable. Does that mean I can throw these in my green bin?
Yes, you can.
Not according to our enviro expert, Adria Vassal.
Can I toss this in my green bin?
No.
Why not? That's for things that are biodegradable.
Well, no, that's not true. Your green bin is for things that are certified compostable. And most municipalities that do green binning would tell you, hey, please do not put this in there. We're just going to skim it out anyway if you put it in there. And it'll end up in landfill. Listen, nothing biodegrades in landfill. You'll find 40-year-old hot dogs in landfills.
Oh, and that biodegradable seal? Completely made up. But it sure fooled these friends.
It looks official, this little...
It does look like some organization.
Like the recycling circle.
So you would think this has the seal of someone's approval.
Somebody approved
it is
it, yes.
biodegradable.
Totally, yeah.
Former ad guy Mark Stoiber says using a made-up seal, one of the oldest tricks in the book.
Consumers have a limited bandwidth. They can only think of so many things. They don't have time to deeply research a product. They want somebody to do the homework so they can just grab it. So for companies, they think consumers aren't looking too deeply. We can bamboozle them.
Associated Brands, the company that makes J-cloths, tells us J-cloth is composed of cellulose fibers which are 100% derived from wood pulp. These fibers are organic in nature and biodegradable. But if it doesn't belong in the green bin and it doesn't biodegrade in the landfill, our expert says
The word biodegradable in this instance is pretty damn useless.
So we say, that's a lousy label. Which brings us to the worst of them all, the product that tops our lousy labels list. Because it's not just greenwashing, it's causing harm to the very thing it's claiming to help. Dawn antibacterial dish soap. The label says Dawn helps save wildlife.
I got troubles, Lord, but not today. 'Cause they're gonna wash away.
Dawn does donate dish soap to clean up animals after an oil spill and gives money to animal rescue groups. But Adria Vassal says, don't be fooled.
This particular product gets my blood boiling.
Why?
Because they are making a big deal about how Dawn helps save wildlife. And then when you flip the product over, you actually see that it contains an ingredient called triclosan. And triclosan is an ingredient which Environment Canada has just recently declared officially toxic to aquatic life.
That claims to help wildlife, but it has an ingredient in it that is toxic to wildlife?
You got it.
Yep, triclosan is what makes the soap antibacterial. It's also an ingredient many environmental groups say should be banned.
And we are putting this down the drain into rivers and lakes, where it ends up building up in their systems. Not a good thing. We don't need more of this in our aquatic life. We don't need more of this in our rivers and streams, and it's certainly not saving wildlife.
Dawn is made by Procter & Gamble, and last year they sold $1 billion worth of it. We want to ask them about this soap's greenwash, but they say no to an interview. Seems the biggest consumer packaged goods company in the world is camera shy. Instead, they tell us all of our Dawn dishwashing products and ingredients are in compliance with current legal and regulatory requirements in Canada. But we say it's one lousy label, and deliver this one in person.
There you go. Great.
For these shoppers trying to make environmentally friendly choices, all this greenwashing doesn't go over well.
It doesn't seem fair. It just seems like you're being played by these big companies, and it's just definitely, it makes me angry.
In order to make that informed choice, maybe we're going to have to demand information from these people that are selling us potentially dangerous products.
A message to companies selling green products that hope one day to find a home in your home. Get tips on avoiding greenwash in your home on our website,